Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, there lived a kind-hearted couple who longed for a child. Their modest cottage was nestled beside a grand estate, which belonged to a mysterious and reclusive woman known as Mother Gothel. Her garden was filled with the most exquisite plants and herbs, including a rare leafy green called Rapunzel. As the wife watched the garden from her window, she developed an insatiable craving for the Rapunzel plant. Her desire grew so intense that she became ill. Concerned for her well-being, her husband decided to sneak into the garden under the cover of night to retrieve some of the coveted plant. He successfully gathered a handful of Rapunzel and brought it to his wife, who consumed it eagerly. However, her craving only intensified. Determined to satisfy her, the husband returned to the garden but was caught by Mother Gothel. Furious at his trespassing, she demanded to know why he had stolen from her. The man pleaded for mercy, explaining his wife's condition. Mother Gothel's expression softened slightly, and she made a proposition. She would allow him to take as much Rapunzel as he needed, but in return he must give her the child his wife was carrying. Desperate and fearful, the man agreed. When the baby girl was born, Mother Gothel appeared to claim her. She named the child Rapunzel and took her away to raise as her own. As Rapunzel grew, her beauty became more radiant, and her golden hair grew longer and more lustrous with each passing year. To keep Rapunzel safe from the world, Mother Gothel locked her in a secluded tower deep within the forest. The tower had no doors and only one window at the very top. The only way to enter was by climbing Rapunzel's long hair, which she would lower upon hearing Mother Gothel's call. "Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, so that I may climb the golden stair." Years passed, and Rapunzel remained isolated in the tower, her only company being Mother Gothel and the birds that nested nearby. She spent her days singing, reading, and gazing out of the window, dreaming of the world beyond. One day, a prince was riding through the forest when he heard a beautiful voice singing. Entranced, he followed the sound and discovered the tower. He watched as Mother Gothel called out, and Rapunzel lowered her hair for her to climb. After Mother Gothel left, the prince approached the tower and called out the same phrase. To his surprise, Rapunzel lowered her hair and he climbed up. They were both startled by each other's presence, but soon they began to talk and found comfort in each other's company. The prince visited Rapunzel regularly, and over time, they fell deeply in love. They devised a plan for Rapunzel to escape the tower. The prince would bring a piece of silk each time he visited, and Rapunzel would weave them into a ladder. However, their plan was discovered by Mother Gothel. Enraged, she cut off Rapunzel's hair and banished her to a desolate land far away. She then waited in the tower for the prince. When he arrived and called out, she lowered the severed hair. As he climbed up, he was met by Mother Gothel, who revealed Rapunzel's fate. In despair, the prince leapt from the tower, falling into a thorn bush that blinded him. Blind and heartbroken, the prince wandered the land, surviving on roots and berries, searching for his lost love. Meanwhile, Rapunzel lived in solitude, giving birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Years later, as the prince wandered through the wilderness, he heard a familiar voice singing. Following the sound, he found Rapunzel. Overwhelmed with emotion, she embraced him, and her tears of joy fell into his eyes, miraculously restoring his sight. Reunited, they returned to the prince's kingdom, where they were welcomed with open arms. They married and lived happily ever after, ruling the kingdom with kindness and wisdom.